Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah. Welcome to 1213 Prescott Way. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when we post another video. Video. Welcome to another episode. Hello, everybody. Hello. As you can see from the title, not only am I eating good food, but you are going to get a heartfelt story time. I haven't talked about it in a very long time, but let me introduce my food from Ramatai. I got the curry. It's called jungle curry. And then I got this shrimp because it asks you what protein you want with it. And it's the Thai country style curry made without coconut milk. It has bamboo, zucchini, green beans, mushroom, bell peppers, broccoli, and Thai herbs. Now I should have got it with the coconut milk because it would make it thicker. But anyway, this is it. It looks pretty good. Let me see where my fork is. And then, of course, it comes with rice. I asked for egg rolls. It actually gave me 4 egg rolls. They actually gave me 4 egg rolls. I thought it came with 2, but I'm not complaining. Still was the same price. And what else? I'm going to put some of my crushed bell. Or let me just take a screenshot. Oh yeah, with the sauce. Oh yeah, and then I have one. What is this called again? The ragoon. I forget. I know I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat that first. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. With the cream cheese inside. Mm. Mm. That was delicious. Mm. I'm glad. Mm. And you know how I feel about my vegetables. Put some juice on it. Mm. And then I had gotten some red pepper flakes from one of my coworkers. She likes to keep a stash, which I don't blame her. I just don't want to put too much because it is spicy. This is hotter than the store-bought. I think I want to try an egg roll first. Take a bite. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. I've had the egg rolls before, and this is delicious. Mm. It tastes fresher than usual. Mm. Interesting. Mm. Mm. Mm-mm. This is what I ordered last week, Tuesday, when we had that hurricane. Excuse me, tornado. Mm. See the bamboo? Mm. 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 I'll have to tell you what's in it. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Good. So, take one more bite. Now, what made me think about telling my story about my daughter was the story that I read this morning about a mother and daughter. Mm. Oh yeah, the red pepper flakes are hot. Mm. Okay. So, the story that I read, like I said, it's about a mother and daughter in Louisiana, who the daughter had dreamed about becoming a nurse. Um, she held off her dream because of a life-threatening kidney disease that she had that left her temporarily incapacitated. So her mother stepped in and offered to donate her kidney. Um, I said it was doctors performed Louisiana's first robotic kidney transplant, giving her a renewed chance of life. Um, I said nearly 2 years after the implant, the mother and daughter shared another journey, which was um, they had decided to go back to school, go to school, and they both took up nursing and both graduated from nursing school. They said it during an interview, the Louisiana mother-daughter duo has always been close. Butler gave birth to her daughter when she was in high school, and as a result, they grew up together, which makes sense. And then Butler poured herself into raising her daughter and son, and Brown planned to become a nurse. Excuse me. They said, but in 2016, when she was diagnosed with, now I'm going to butcher this name, but I'm going to attempt it. She was diagnosed with focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, FSGS, a rare kidney disease that can cause kidney failure. And so everything changed, and her prognosis quickly worsened. So one day she was taking prerequisite courses in nursing school and felt her legs tighten to the point that she couldn't even move. And so shortly thereafter, she determined that she would either need to start dialysis or have a kidney transplant. So that's when they said while she waited for a kidney, she had to turn to dialysis. And which, they say that is a brutal course because they said it lasted 9 to 13 hours every single day. Brown's daily life was limited and she had to stop school. So after years of dialysis, she saw a shift in her daughter, who was typically optimistic, but I guess she became pessimistic because, that's a long time to be doing dialysis every day. So she said, and her daughter wanted to give up. So she was tired. She said that after a phone call with her daughter, she was tired of just being connected to a tube that her life revolved around, which is understandable. Ugh. And so they said, although the doctors had previously told Butler she likely wasn't a match, she still scheduled an appointment to get tested. And lo and behold, she was a match. So soon after she got the news, she'd been waiting 5 years to get a kidney. She called her mother to tell her, but her mom already knew. And because she called to tell her that she had a match. The daughter called, happily to tell the mother she had a match. But of course, the mother only knew because she was the match, but she didn't tell her daughter. I guess she didn't want her to be disappointed when she was tested. So then the underwent surgery in March of 2023 with Tulane University School of Medicine doctors performing the state's first kidney transplant using a robotic surgical system. And it says the practice offers increased precision to the procedure, is minimally invasive. Hopefully, there will be less pain and a speedier recovery. And it says after the surgery, it was successful. And then the daughter returned to school. So the mother decided to go to school as well and get her RN license. And so for 16 months, they were attached at the hip. And they sat together, studied together. In April, they graduated from Baton Rouge General School of Nursing together. And so then, after reading this story, like I said, it inspires a lot of people. And I always wanted a daughter. I won't say I've always wanted one, but I already had two sons. The second son, I had wished he was a girl until I knew he was a boy. And then I was happy that he was a boy and satisfied, you know what I mean? But then I got pregnant in 2007, which it was a shocker. Mind you, I was 39 years old. And I actually got pregnant in 2006, at the end of 2006. So I was 39 years old, going to be 40 that April, the following April. And I was walking around like a zombie. I just couldn't believe that I was pregnant. I was like, what the? Mind you, my boys are 11 years apart. So had I had her and my youngest son would have been 9 years apart. So I remember on the telephone call with my mom after letting her know, I was still in shock. I was thinking about it. I told her, I said, I guess I'm supposed to be just raising children all my life because, I have three children that are going to be decades apart, all three. The pregnancy was pretty difficult, probably because of me being older. And mind you guys, I was doing Pilates. And I know that is what, because there's a lot of stretching, and I had to actually have medical assistance to be able to get pregnant with my second son. So for me, it wasn't easy to get pregnant. That's why I wasn't even worried about it. And about 6 months after doing Pilates, because I was in dance and I was able to do all kind of stretches I wasn't able to do prior to joining Pilates. And I know that it just kind of maneuvered my, my, what do you call it? My organs where they should be. You know what I mean? To make the timing perfect and all that good stuff. But yes, so I realized I was pregnant while I was at Pilates. But anyway, so me being 39 going on 40, I had to take that amniocentesis. And of course I was nervous about it. And then but prior to going for the amniocentesis, they knew my prior history of blood clotting because I almost passed away from blood clotting with my first son. So with my second pregnancy with my second son, they monitored me, after I gave birth, because that's when it occurred. The C-section cut broke off from but I'll tell you about that in a different story time. So anyway, they had me taking blood thinners. So I would have to go to, because I was like terrified. I'm like, stick myself with a needle. Are you guys crazy? Do you know who I am? So I was like, and then the nurse was like, you can come here and we'll do it. I was like, thank you. So I would go there, drive there every day before I go to work. And then she would do the injection. I even had Sandra. She's one of the girls I was doing Pilates with. We were two together going to Pilates. Um, we were doing it privately. I even had her do it one time. And then after a while, I was like, Sarah, stop being a little, baby and be brave. And then I started giving myself the injections after that because, I was like, girl, this is ridiculous. You're going to go have them do it and, just stand up, do it. So I did. So then, like I said, because of my age, I had to do the amniocentesis. So I scheduled it. And the father of my child at that time, he went with me. And so while I was laying there, and when he stuck the needle in, it's like he poked the baby because she like went scurried off to the side as soon as he stuck it in. And so the father, he was like, we both agreed and said the same thing. So I didn't think about it until I was cooking one day. I'm just going to fast forward to that. I was cooking, and then all of a sudden I was in the kitchen, and I realized I hadn't, because, we being paranoid, I'm always checking to make sure the baby is moving, and because she was active at that time. I was about 5.5 months. And so she was moving around, and I was just watching everything I ate. I was doing everything perfectly like I do when I'm pregnant, but especially because I was 39 and I didn't want to be the cause of any complications. So when I didn't, I was going like this, poking my stomach because I'm like, when you do that, the baby starts moving. They may have been sleeping or whatever, but I didn't feel anything. And then right when I finished I was about to be finished cooking, then all of a sudden I started getting a cramp in my side. So I told him to take me to the hospital. So we went to Summerlin Hospital in Las Vegas. And they, hooked me up to everything and all that stuff. And then they told me that she was, oh yeah, I called my sister and, with her, I don't think she wasn't in nursing school then, but she'd always been in the medical field. And she came to the hospital and I told her that, when they did, wipe, they saw red, a little bit of red mixing with mucus. So they said, we're going to have to induce your labor because she is not alive. And so they did just that. Then I had her and I held her and I was so devastated. It's so that bond. I don't care if you don't want it, whatever, but because I did not want any more children, especially at 40. So, but I had already been in that mindset that, I have my girl and I had named her Dawn Anna. And although my mom, she will claim until this day, if she was still here with us on earth, that she named her, but she did not. She did not. I don't know what made her think that, but I told her the name that I wanted to name her. But anyway, so, they had her dressed up and, then she had on a little sweater and I held her for a while and cried and cried and cried and cried. And then it's so weird that when you have that loss, I know people who have lost, they understand. It's like you want to replace it right away. So after I wanted to get pregnant right away. I wanted a baby right away. Because I guess you're trying to replace that grief. You're trying to stop the grieving process. And my gynecologist, when I went to go see him, he was like, he said, well, think about it, because I told him I want to get pregnant again. And he wanted to put me on birth control. And I was like, no, I want to get pregnant. Blah, blah. And he said, well, just get on birth control for 6 months and then see how you feel. So they did the IUD. And it's so funny, because they know. Because after them 6 months, I was like, heck no. And so, wow. What made me think about that now is weird, because she would have graduated high school this year with my niece. My niece is graduating this month. My daughter would have been 18 this month. This year. Isn't that something? So, that is my story. Looks kind of weird on here, but anyway, that is my story. And the food was so, so good. I might eat some more off camera because it was delicious. But I know I kept you here long enough. And thank you so much for listening. And let me know if you experienced anything similar, But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when we post another video. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, and night. And I'll see you on the next video. Love you. Peace.